What's happening, y'all? It's your boy Robbie J, and today I'm going to talk a little bit of astrology from my mind as a Capricorn moon. Right now, so my sun, I'm a Taurus. You know what I'm saying? I was born May 6th. Feel me? And when the sun was ascending during that time, it was in the fifth and sixth house. So that means my ascendant is in Virgo, which is the sixth house, but it's at 1 degree Virgo. So my 12th house, which is where my north node is in Leo. But see, those characteristics still play out in my rising sign because it's at 1 degree. So whenever you have uh, a housing or even planets too, like when you look at degrees of where it's at in the house or that zodiac sign, the houses rule the sign. You know what I'm saying? But still, the sign still plays out those characteristics. You got to know both, in a sense. Now, so like I'm a all earth when it comes down to my three most important signs. So I'm a Taurus sun, moon in Capricorn, Virgo rising. So that's why I come off as the most practical and I am the realest motherfucker out here. Like on everything. Like I keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. I always known this, but now that I know more about astrology, I know my strengths and weaknesses. And that's why I truly believe like with anything, even if it doesn't matter if it's astrology, it doesn't matter what it is, like you should tune in my channel because I'm earth sign dominant. Um, with those three aspects, it's like I come off, I act like a Taurus. My soul is in Capricorn, an earthy vibe, initiator, and then I come off my personality as a mutable earth sign. You know what I'm saying? So I got all three aspects in me, and so now I know how to work with it. And so basically, I'm gonna explain my chart and use it in a practical way for you to understand yours. Now, for example, we're gonna talk about a trine in the sextiles. You know what I'm saying? Now sextiles and trines are similar, but they're different. They're your gifts and opportunities, right? So think about it like this. So your trine is your gift in which you already have. You know what I'm saying? So 4 houses away, that's a trine. So what trines my first house is my fifth house. And then what trines the fifth house is the ninth. Same way if you go back and forth. The first, you go backwards, it'll be, you know, first, 12th, 11th, 10th. 12, 11, 10, 9. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know those are my gifts. And I have a stellium in the ninth house. And what's the ninth house about? Traveling, higher learning, teaching. You know what I'm saying? So I have Mercury, Saturn, and my sun in there. So how I act is my gift. How I communicate is my gift. And even how I father people in that Saturn way and how it reacts to me is my gift. And then also my moon is my gift. My soul is my gift. And the moon, the fifth house is Leo because it starts first house Aries, second house Taurus, third house Gemini, fourth house Cancer, fifth house Leo. So all I have to do is carry out those characteristics. Remember, the house rules the sign. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it in a Capricorny way. My soul is in that Capricorny way, but it's really in a Leo because it's in the Leo house. And Leo is all about entertainment and creativity. So my soul wants to create and entertain, and I'm a life path 3. And so I gotta connect all these things. Now let me go back to my notes so I can get this exact. So this right here is what I'm reading off of right here. I got my degrees. So my ascendant is 1 degree in Virgo. So what is it closer to? If it was 29 degrees, that would be the next sign, which would be Libra. But it's not, it's 1 degree. So therefore, my first house and 12th house share similar characteristics. So how I act is connected to, even my north node is in the 12th house. So it's like in 12th house is all about, it's Pisces energy, dreams, imaginations, dreams come true, endings, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna finish damn near how I started. So that's how I have to be like that. Now my fifth house is in 0 degrees Capricorn. Now, what does that mean? It starts right on the Capricorn energy, and before Capricorn, that's Sagittarius. Now, if you understand what Sagittarius is, it's about higher learning, traveling, teaching, learning, whatever. That's ninth house energy. So just like how I have the stellium in the ninth house with my sun, Saturn, and Mercury, that's why I have to communicate my travels in my daily lifestyle and what I learn and everything, because it all correlates. So now that you see that, how the Capricorn in my soul, you know, because your moon is your emotional part, that's your soul. You know, you go backtrack, and in Capricorn, 0 degrees, that's close to Sagittarius. So now I can apply all those things. Like, boom, I know, you know, even using the trines and sextiles, I can connect all those things. Now, seventh house. Seventh house is personal relationships and affairs, and that's a 1 degree Pisces. But that's truthfully the Libra house, which is cardinal air. You know what I mean? So like leading the community type of way. So I have to do that I do that in a Pisces nature. But what's before Pisces? Aquarius, 1 degree. You know what I mean? 1 degree. Now my fourth house, my 11th house is in 0 degrees Cancer. So what comes before Cancer? Gemini. So that means my 11th house affairs and how I set the stage for certain things, because 11th house is like the stage, you know, 10th house is status, you know, that is Cancer, but it's going to have a Gemini type of feel. Now, what's in the 10th house? Gemini. For me, my Venus is in the 10th house. So therefore, but it's ruled, the cusp is ruled by Taurus, midheaven. My midheaven is Taurus, but then the cusp changes into Gemini. So I have to apply those two things. But see, here's what I'm getting at. So I have a sextile between my ascendant and my Venus in the 10th house. So I'm going to get opportunities to communicate, because, you know, Venus and Gemini, I love to communicate in different ways, shapes, or forms. So I have to work together with those type of aspects in life. But see, also the trine, which is my gift. So I what is before the 10th house? The 9th. So now I combine all those aspects together, and it's easy. Now I'm only going to talk about those trines and sextiles and aspects because it's like, it's easy for me to explain in my chart. You know, now, even when I go to like Chiron and Pluto, my Chiron is sextiling, I believe. What is it? Is it sextiling? No, Chiron is a squaring ascendant. So a square, people think, oh, it's a bad thing. No, squaring is what you got to learn from. It's like an obstacle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had to learn, because Chiron is a wounded healer. Fourth house has to do with Cancer measures, family measures. So it's like I have to transform my family or others' families, you know, by doing those types of things in that Chiron way. And my Chiron is in the 4th house, but my 4th house is ruled by Scorpio, and it transitions to Sagittarius. So that's why my way of growing up in the 4th house matters, aka family matters, Cancer matters, was in a Scorpionic Sagittarius way. See how all that connects? Now, pretty much when you use these things, now that you know, okay, sextiles, that's your opportunities to showcase your gifts. And gifts are 3 houses away, or excuse me, 4 houses away. So now all you have to do is be like, okay, look at your personality, which you're sending. Look at 4 houses away, and you'll see what your gifts are. So same thing with the 2nd house. You can go backwards or forwards, 4 houses each. And then when you go 2 signs away, you'll know in between them, those equal your opportunities to showcase your gifts in those ways, shapes, or forms. And so you have to look at your own chart. If you want me to look at your chart, you have to hit me up. But I'm giving you the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So each house has a different meaning. Remember, everybody is different. So like I said, when I was born at around 1 to 2 p.m., right? Now, Virgo, my sun was in the Virgo, it was rising in the Virgo area. But damn near Leo, we know it's because it was in 1 degree. 1 degree. So that's why your 12th house and 1st house interconnects. Your 1st house may be starting 20 degrees of whatever sign it is. So that's going to be different. You're going to be right smack dab in the middle of it. It's different for me because mine starts in 1 degree. You see what I'm saying? But it's still the fact, it's still in Virgo though. And my sun is Taurus, and then I have a Cap moon. So how I come off is earthy and realistic. That's why people think I'm loyal and think I'm a really realistic individual. My whole life, that's what I got. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to astrology, your houses rule the zodiac. So, for example, my Venus is in Gemini, right? Now, but my Venus is in the 10th house. Now, what is the 10th house? Capricorn. See what I'm saying? So you connect the Capricorn energy, and you connect it in a airy type of way, the Gemini type way, right? Because the Venus is in that sign, but then the cusp is ruled by Taurus. So all I know is it's ruled by Earth. I add an airy type of way of communication and a feel for it, emotional, because Venus is about emotions and deep desires, you know what I'm saying? And then I throw in that extra little bit of Taurus rules the sign. Rules the cusp. You know what I'm saying? So like you can look at some of your alignments, you feel me? It's just like in my stellium in the 9th house, all my planets, or my sun and Saturn are in Taurus, but then my Mercury is in Aries. So Aries rules my 9th house, right? Which Sagittarius is the 9th house, so it starts in Aries, but then the planets shift to Taurus because it's only in like 5 or 4 degrees of Aries, and then it changes to Taurus. But you see what I'm saying? It starts here, just like I said, your ascendant. So like go to your ascendant, you see your ascendant, and you see how that starts, and that's going to affect all your other houses depending on what that sign, what the degree of it is. So some houses may be bigger than the others depending on how that first house started. So like if your chart is like dominant on the left side, like all your planets and everything's like on one side of the chart, okay, all your houses are going to look different because your ascendant was a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And all your planetary alignments too. Like it's a 50-50 bargain when it comes to that, the way how your cusps and everything is going to look. My chart looks a certain way because things are spread out in different ways, shapes, or forms. So I got a stellium in the 9th, and then I got like my Uranus and Neptune in the 6th house. And then I got Chiron and Pluto in the 4th house. And then on that cusp of Aries and Taurus, it's like my Jupiter in Aries, you know what I'm saying? That's in the 8th house, right before the 9th. So you see what I'm saying? So Jupiter and Mercury for me are in Aries, but the house ends in a certain way. So what's before Aries? Pisces. So even though my Jupiter is in Aries, the 8th house actually starts for me in Pisces. You see what I'm saying? But it ends at a certain fraction, a certain degree of that house, and then therefore Jupiter falls in the Aries section. Now, if it started at the beginning of the cusp, it would have been in the Pisces. So now I have to apply 3 different types of energies to that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just basically explain to you my chart because I'm real. I'm realistic. That's the most realistic way I can apply it to you. Now, I'm Earth dominant, Sun, Moon, ascendant. You know what I'm saying? And the only other Earth I have is Saturn. So then all my other shit is earth and air and fire. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a practical individual. I'm literally, my soul is cardinal initiative. You know what I'm saying? I act fixed like a Taurus, but then I come off to others as a Virgo. So that's why even as my stellium is and my trines and gifts, where my north node is placed, and I have to, because Virgos is the black sheep, so I come off as the black sheep. My personality is a black sheep, and even everything I do, not everybody can relate because I do a broad spectrum of things. But at the end of the day, I have to exalt what I'm thinking because I can't let people think I am that Virgo because I'm not that Virgo. You know what I'm saying? So like it's crazy because my chart, I understand my chart and how everything plays out from, I got to broadcast and do certain things, but it's like if I wasn't to broadcast as much, then I'm going to come off more as that Virgo. So it's not the fact, oh, I'm just supposed to convince people that I'm not a Virgo ascendant. No, I am a Virgo ascendant, but it's at that 1 degree of Leo. So if you understand what I'm saying, if the 12th house is about dreams come true and it's about endings and stuff, you're going to be having to act more like a Leo in a sense. And my north node is in Leo. And if you understand, as you get closer to the end of the houses, it's like you play out certain energies that's in that house. Because what's your most important? Your sun, moon, and rising, right? So I got to play out how I act, how my soul is, and how I come off to people But see, there's strengths and weaknesses in both, but I gotta balance in a practical way because I'm earth. Now, if you fire and water, that's different because it depends on which dominant elements is in your sun, moon, and rising. That's your character. Character. You notice how that's three. You notice how that's three syllables, and then it's three aspects, three signs. See, it makes sense. All the rest of it, your Mercury, Mars, Venus, all that is your characteristics. That's what adds a little bit of flavor to your character. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna post some more videos about this topic. I just wanted to break it down from a mind of a Capricorn moon, you know what I'm saying, initiator of stability, creating new concepts of stability, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm young, 21, but you know, age is just a number. My spirit is a Capricorn fucking moon. So regardless of the circumstance or situation, my Capricorn abilities come out and my moon is in the 5th house. So like I said, I'm telling you because I'm real. I have to be like this. I can't even hold it back. Otherwise I wouldn't be carrying myself. My gifts, AKA my trines, 4 signs away, is my personality, which would be Virgo, but then it's kind of like a Leo, so I gotta be like that. But then 4 other signs away is in the 9th house. What's in my 9th house is my Sun, Saturn, and Mercury. So if I don't do those things, like if I don't exuberate my gifts, then I can't receive my opportunities. Because you can have, the gifts are already there. Excuse me. The gifts are already there. But when the opportunities come, I got to take them. And not only that, my moon is in the 5th house, which is Leo, AKA. So I got to create the opportunities myself. So it's a 50-50 bargain. If I'm not creating the opportunities like what I'm doing here, and then when I get more opportunities to vocalize myself and broadcast myself in my initiative Capricorn ways, and then acting stable, you know, the more I can be more of that Leo vibe of the ascendant, then people won't think I'm as iffy in that Virgo sense, because Virgo is trying to be perfect. So it's like I'm trying to be like a perfect Leo in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like anything what you think. I'm trying to just deliver this in a practical way. But if you understand my chart is kind of not necessarily all over the place, but the way how my degrees are in the certain houses, they go both ways. That's the point. So check your houses and check your planets, because even the planets do matter too. I'd have to pull out my chart to pull up because I don't want to go through my paperwork and see what planet is like in a certain degrees. But for example, I think the main one is like my Mercury, or no, not even my Mercury. What is it? I forget. What is it? It's one of my planets though, and they like damn near in the other sign. You know what I'm saying? So those traits carry out in 2 different ways. So look at your signs and look at your charts and your houses. And like I said, yeah, your planets do matter. So I know y'all probably watching videos talking about, oh, this planet rules this, so I carry like this. It's like, yeah, but you got to go deeper and connect it to the house, because the house rules the sign. So you carry out that sign. For example, 2nd house, Taurus, money, values, possessions, stability, work. So whatever, if you got a fire element in there, you're going to carry out your work in a fiery type of way. You see what I'm saying? In an intuitive, sparky way. So be more realistic. Tune into my channel for certain things that are on realistic matters, because even when it comes down to the astrology, when I post astrology videos, I'm going to try to make it realistic as possible, because that's what it's about. Like there is things that seems unrealistic out here, especially when you're dealing with the stars, you know, and astrology and, you know, occultic and dark things. It's like, but that's my goal. Like I have to interconnect all these things in a practical way, shape, or form for people to understand, you know, and that's what my chart says about me. Is like, if I don't use my gifts and take advantage of opportunities, and not only that, create my own opportunities, you know, especially when the moon comes out, like nighttime, you know what I'm saying? Or so to say, an emotional setting, like check out your moon sign. Your moon might be in Pisces or Cancer or Scorpio. And those all have different characteristics of water. So it's like you're going to be a different person when you get into an emotional standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Versus me, because I'm a Capricorn moon. That's initiative Earth. So when I get into emotional standpoints, I want to build something. I want to create something. I'm thinking of, how can I, start something new? And then my sun sign, how I act and carried it out, I was like, I'm going to make it stable. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, some people have to understand, like, that's why they see me in a certain way, shape, or form, because of my Virgo rising. But then some people still see me as that Leo part because I still play out both those characteristics. You know what I'm saying? But then it's crazy because then the moon is in the 5th house. So that's all you have to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make a video about the houses and make all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, for y'all to get a better realistic understanding. But this was just an introduction because I'm sure a lot of y'all was already into some sort of astrology before you even tuned into my shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping that this gave you more of a realistic understanding for you even to get into astrology. Because I bet you, especially females, because y'all walk in vibrations and can feel people's energy, you probably felt my energy and who I was, and damn, this is a versatile dude. And it makes sense. My chart makes sense why I'm like that. So that's why check yours out. Check the degrees. Like I said, if it's 29, even 20, some of the 28, you know how estimates and decimals and, rounding up works. 1, 0, 1, 2 degrees in the houses and even the planets. But remember, the houses rule the planet. The planets never rule the houses. You know what I'm saying? So it's Rob tapping out. You feel me? I'm about to drop some more videos in a minute. But this was the understanding of some key aspects of astrology from a sun in Taurus, moon in Capricorn, and Virgo rising. You know what I'm saying? Realistic. You know what I'm saying? Grounded. All right, y'all. Peace.